You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their agent's eyes. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the-right-seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Late afternoons continue on 680 KFEQ and 95.3 FM St. Joe. Now here's your Ag News.
With Ag News, I'm Sammy Hajir in for Nathan Steedley. For the fourth straight year, water levels in the Ohio and Mississippi rivers will soon be critically low, forcing shippers to light load grain barges during the harvest season. As barge rates get higher, those higher costs are making their way to the farm level. Gary Williams, director of the Upper Mississippi River Water Association, told AgriPulse that between low commodity prices and higher shipping costs, corn and soybean growers are looking to stash their commodities in every nook and cranny they could find. A Forbes report said this could not come at a worse time for farmers. This is a peak period when corn and soybeans from the Midwest get shipped downriver to New Orleans for exports to the international marketplace. If the lower levels get worse, Mike Steenhoek of the Soy Transportation Coalition said that may mean lost profit for farmers because of an inefficient transportation system. The U.S. is bracing for a record grain harvest totaling 21.5 billion bushels of corn, soybeans, and grain sorghum this fall. The bumper crop arrives during a period of heightened uncertainty surrounding the future of the U.S.-China trade relationship. It all means grain storage and transportation logistics will be much more complicated than usual. CoBank's Knowledge Exchange said grain storage space will be extraordinarily tight this fall, with grain merchandisers charging higher fees due to limited capacity and strained infrastructure, while grain elevators stand to benefit from capturing water profit opportunities aren't risk-free. Among the top 12 corn-producing states, the U.S. is facing a 1.4 billion bushel shortage of upright grain storage this year, with elevators relying on bumpers and ground piles. This year's shortage is in a stark contrast to last year when the top corn producer states had 361 million bushels of excess storage. That's been a look at your Ag News here at KFEQ. I'm Sammy Hajir.
If you got sick because of the drinking water at Camp Lejeune, you don't need to pay someone to get immediate call 1-800-5VA-411 or visit va.gov/Camp Lejeune for more information.
I'm Matt Pike with News Briefs. St. Joseph Board of Education President LaTanya Williams is now a candidate for the Missouri House. Williams says she was approached a couple of years ago about running for the state legislature. She then began to pay more attention to the work of the legislature in Jefferson City. Nearly 50 citations were issued, 30 warnings given, and 3 driving while intoxicated arrests made during a law enforcement saturation effort in St. Joseph. 4 driver's-led officers were apprehended with the help from the Missouri Highway Patrol helicopter. They face charges ranging from aggravated fleeing and resisting arrest to investigation of receiving stolen property. The Buchanan County Prosecuting Attorney's Office is partnering with the St. Joseph School District to tackle a growing problem of attendance and has called on the prosecuting attorney's office to assist. Governor Mike Kehoe has unveiled proposed updates to Missouri's parole process aimed at improving clarity, accountability, and public safety. A working group of law enforcement, judicial, and public representatives recommended changes including streamlined hearings, attorney access, and new release grid for non-violent offenses. The U.S. Supreme Court has declined Missouri's request to reinstate its 2021 Republican-backed gun law. The Second Amendment to Preservation Act aimed to invalidate certain federal gun regulations and fine local law enforcement agencies up to $50,000 per occurrence for allowing federal enforcement. A new Walmart report ranks Missouri as the 10th most unsafe state in the U.S. based on factors like crime rates, road safety, and emergency preparedness. Missouri scored especially low in road safety and violent crime, ranking 45th for murders and 44th for assault per capita. The state also placed last in public school safety. That's News Brief. I'm Matt Pike. You can find these stories and even more by visiting our website at cjosephpost.com.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard. That's what you say. I'm still allowed to dream. Child Fund. Hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them. Safe.
And everyone's safe at home, safe at school, safe in the world.
Hope means walking this path together. All of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund. Because we need each other.
Learn how Child Fund works with children in 73 countries to help them achieve their full potential. Visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
Farming is dangerous. There's dangers all around us. We work around it and we live around it every day. And we just become desensitized to what's around us.
We go through safety training and, we try and do these things to make sure accidents don't happen, but you just never know.
There are so many farmers that I think take for granted all of the underground utilities that are there. You don't want to hit a gas pipe because that's your life. The other part of it is if you hit certain things, you're liable for it.
We kind of know what's out here, but at the same time, we just always call.
Farm Safe 811 starts with you. Whether you're installing drain tile or doing any sort of digging, always call 811 and wait for any underground lines to be marked and have the depth confirmed. That's farming with care. But if a line does get damaged, go somewhere safe and call 911.
Just keep safety in the back of your mind. Just stay home. For more information, go to farmsafe811.org.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the MFHSAA, are the 171,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Missouri. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as a national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
KFBQ Sports. I'm Matt Pike. The Kansas City Chiefs fell to the Jacksonville Jaguars 31-28 after Trevor Lawrence's rushing touchdown in the fourth quarter, with just 23 seconds left on the clock. Patrick Mahomes threw a touchdown rush for a score. Kareem Hunt added 2 on the ground, but Kansas City could not overcome 13 penalties to just 4 for Jacksonville. Despite the loss, Mahomes feels like they did some good things in the game.
We moved the ball, we were able to score in the red zone and do what we wanted to do there. It's just we have ourselves some penalties, and so I think as we continue to clean that stuff up, we'll continue to put more and more points on the board, and we have another great challenge this next week.
Kansas City now 2-3 on the season. Chiefs and Lions will meet for Sunday Night Football at Arrowhead Stadium. Kickoff Sunday at 7:20 p.m. The Missouri Western women's basketball team coming into this season with a lot of unknowns, bringing a totally rebuilt roster to the court under first-year head coach Luke Scheidecker. With 11 new players joining the team, one lone returner remains in senior Meredith Rieker, playing for her third head coach at Mountain West. Many of her teammates transferring after the departure of Ashton Feldhouse. Rieker says the program's success is what made her want to stay.
I've seen all the success and the hard work that this program has dedicated into me, that I've dedicated into it, and just the past girls that have played. And I think just really finishing my senior year at the school that I started at was super important to me. And especially when Coach Luke got hired, I knew that he was a winner, and it looked like a very successful senior season, so it drew me back.
A new face to the team, but not the area, is star Lindsay Kelderman, who transferred to the Griffins from Northwest Missouri State. Kelderman says in her final year after playing with the Bearcats for all her career with her twin sister Peyton, who finished playing last year, it was time for something new.
I was switching up, challenge myself, do something different, and saw that Luke was coming here and thought it'd be a good fit, and Peyton's still there. So we're only 45 minutes apart, so we're both living the best life right now.
Griffin women picked to finish 6th across the board by both coaches and the media. The Northwest Missouri State women hope to turn things around this season after a disappointing 2024. Returning this year after an injury shortened last year will be Central alum Ella Moody. Looking healthy and ready to go this season, Moody says she's excited to be able to be back in the lineup, be a factor for the Bearcats.
Everyone goes through trials and stuff in their seasons in college and sports, and no one is promised playing time, and it's always difficult, but I feel like with the adversity, I'm really ready to start getting back after it and seeing the court more.
To help fill a scoring void left by the loss of Molly Harder and Kaylee Keston, Bearcats added transfer Reese Pasternak. Pasternak says her visit to Northwest sealed the deal of her wanting to be a part of the team.
It was just such a positive environment, a very family-oriented environment, and especially the two girls that I had lunch with, they just loved the program, and everyone our thing is culture wins this year, and that's really true because we have great culture going on right now.
Northwest picked to finish 8th by coaches, 7th by the media this season. And the Northwest Missouri State University football team 2 spots up in this week's American Football Coaches Association poll to number 22. Bearcats also moved from number 20 to 18 in the D2Football.com poll. That's sports. I'm Matt Pike.
Now the most up-to-date weather forecast here on KFEQ.
Clear and chilly conditions coming our way for the early morning, our low at 45. Abundant sunshine throughout our Wednesday with our high low 70s. Some clouds hanging out early Thursday, then sunny throughout the day, the high low 70s. Looking dry and warmer on Friday, mostly sunny, the high 80, or to the low to mid 80s for the weekend. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore. Are they ready? Are you ready? Giving your child their first phone is an important and often difficult decision. After all, it is a milestone in your child's development. The Phone Ready quiz from the American Academy of Pediatrics can help make this decision easier. Go to healthychildren.org/Phone Ready quiz and take a short questionnaire developed by pediatricians that'll help you decide if you and your child are ready, almost ready, or not yet ready